She was 12 years old, standing on Olympic-level ice, and the entire world had one burning question that nobody was asking out loud. Not, can she win gold? Not, is she the best in the world? The question was, is she even American? Stay with me, because the answer is more complicated, more emotional, and more important than you think. My name is Host, and by the end of this video, you're gonna understand something about identity, immigration, and the American dream that most people get completely wrong, and that the Olympics somehow put into the brightest spotlight imaginable. Let's go back to 2019. A 13-year-old girl named Alysa Liu steps onto the ice at the US Figure Skating Championships. The crowd expects a solid performance. What they get instead is history. She lands 2 quad jumps, moves that even many grown elite male skaters struggle with, and becomes the youngest US figure skating champion ever recorded. 13 years old. The internet exploded. Her name trended, brands reached out, coaches called, and then, as always happens in America, the conversation shifted. People started asking, where is she really from? Here's where it gets fascinating. Alysa Liu was born in the United States of America, Oakland, California to be exact. She is, by every legal and constitutional definition, 100% American. Born on American soil, raised in America, trained in America. She bleeds red, white, and blue on the ice. But that's only half the story, and the other half is what makes this whole conversation so much more interesting. Her father, Arthur Liu, immigrated to the United States from China. He is Chinese by birth, American by choice. He raised Alysa in the Bay Area, pushing her toward figure skating the way only a devoted parent can. Early morning drives, ice time before dawn, financial sacrifice most of us can't imagine. The dedication of a man who believed his daughter could be great before the world had any reason to agree. So here is the truth that nobody puts in the headline. Alysa Liu is Chinese American. Not Chinese, not just American. Both. And that distinction matters more than most people realize. This is where the conversation gets deeper and honestly more American than it first appears. The United States has always been a country built by people who came from somewhere else. Irish immigrants, Italian immigrants, Japanese Americans who fought for this country even while their families were held in internment camps. Chinese immigrants who built the railroads that connected this nation coast to coast and never got a monument. Every wave of immigration has added something irreplaceable to the American identity. And every single time, those immigrants' children have had to answer the same exhausting question. But where are you really from? Alysa Liu is living that story in public, on Olympic ice, in front of hundreds of millions of viewers. Let me put this into sharp focus. When Alysa competed at the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics, held in China, the birthplace of her father, she competed not for China, but for the United States. Let that sit for a second. She went to her father's homeland and skated to the American flag. That is not a small thing. That is a statement about identity so powerful that it doesn't need words. Now, I want to pause here for a moment, because something else happened around the Beijing Olympics that made Alysa's story even more complicated. And this part barely made the news. Arthur Liu, Alysa's father, was reportedly investigated by the FBI in connection with a broader probe involving Chinese nationals in the United States. I'm not going to sensationalize this. The details are murky, charges were not filed against him at the time of this recording, and this should not define how we see a teenage athlete who had zero connection to any of it. But I mention it because the media used it to muddy the waters around Alysa's identity, which is exactly the kind of thing that happens to children of immigrants that is deeply unfair. She was a kid. She wanted to skate. And skate she did. Beautifully, ferociously, with the technical ability that coaches said they'd never seen in someone her age. Here's what makes Alysa Liu's story a perfect mirror for America right now. We live in a country where people look at a girl born in Oakland, trained in California, competing under the stars and stripes, and still ask, but is she really American? That question reveals something about us, not about her. Because Alysa Liu is American the same way millions of second-generation immigrants are American. She carries two cultures inside her. She understands her Chinese heritage because her father gave her that. She is American because this country, this soil, these rinks, these coaches, these competitions shaped who she is. And here's the question that I think matters far more than is she Chinese? What does it mean to belong to a country? Is it just where you were born? Is it the passport you carry? Is it the flag you compete under? Or is it something deeper? The way a place shapes your dreams, your values, your sense of what's possible. Alysa Liu didn't choose to be born in Oakland. She didn't choose her father's heritage. But she chose over and over to compete as an American. She chose to train harder than almost anyone. She chose to land quad jumps on Olympic ice while the world watched. And she did it all before she was old enough to vote. Here's my take, and I'm curious if you agree. The question, is Alysa Liu Chinese, is actually the wrong question. It's a reductive question. It shrinks a complex, brilliant, inspiring human being down to a box to be checked on a form. The right question is, what does Alysa Liu's story tell us about America? And the answer, if you're willing to really sit with it, is that America is still doing what it has always done. Taking the children of people who crossed oceans, crossed borders, crossed every conceivable barrier, and producing greatness. She is Chinese American. She is Californian. She is a figure skater. She is a record holder. She is a daughter. She is a competitor. She is an Olympian. And she is, without question, American. If this story made you think, made you feel something, made you see something you hadn't considered before, that's what we do here. Hit subscribe. Drop a comment below telling me what you think American identity really means in 2024. And share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Because Alysa Liu landed quad jumps before most of us landed a job. The least we can do is tell her story right.